working on a couple of projects at the moment where a client that's already been with me for a few years, I've actually got a few of these now, where they are beginning to specialize on that particular thing. So for example, it might be like a garden maintenance company that wants to specialize on NDIS. So still performing more or less the same tasks, but pivoting the brand to cater for NDIS inquiries. Now, each time this has happened in the last sort of 10 years that I've been working in the NDIS space, ever since pretty much it went live and there's been a lot of demand there, a lot of the time that involves, one, building out NDIS-specific pages on the site that are targeting the NDIS key terms. It might be like NDIS cleaning, right? But also, to take one step further, a lot of the time the customer will pick up a brand new domain and create a separate brand. So I've got another scenario like this where it's a flooring company that specializes in all sorts of floors. So they did residential, commercial stuff, they did a bit of everything. And so on their site, it's like, our services are vinyl flooring, laminate, whatever, concrete, all the flooring, epoxy flooring, wooden flooring, engineered flooring, whatever. And over the years, they've evolved to provide services for specific industries, right? And this is where industry pages come into play: flooring for hospitality, flooring for kitchens, for restaurants and things like that. And so that's the natural progression of the main site. But eventually they realize that this is serious enough to be its own brand. So for example, in the NDIS space, everyone is targeting the word care in their brand. Care gardening, care flooring, care tree removal and things like that. And it makes sense. Care services, basically, because it's a nice word. So pivoting in this case to aged care facility services, so specializing in only the medical compliant stuff. So from a site structure perspective, it's pretty much another site in that space. But if there aren't aggressive keywords to target, then it's more of a business card site, and then the strategy might be more so with B2B. So LinkedIn marketing, industry events and things like that. No one really searches for nursing home flooring solution. They do, but that's a bad example. But there might be other industries where, plastering for nursing homes, no one searches that for sure. They search for commercial plaster or plastering services, right? So it's all about keyword volumes. But my movements are always, we add those pages first to the original brand, making sure that we're targeting those key terms with the original brand, with the original website, and we start the second brand slowly to marinate. So when the conversation comes across, they are more trustworthy on the topic, because that whole website is just talking about NDIS or whatever the industry is. Might be gardening for nursing homes, gardening for childcares, etc. So slightly different requirement, and sometimes there's no search volume, so maybe Google ads might not work in that space, or SEO might not be in that space if there's no search volume. It's a B2B strategy, in which case the strategy is